Frank Browne, Dublin Senior Camogie Manager. We're a couple of days out from the start of the All-Ireland Championship. You're here for your second last training session. How had the preparations going ahead of Saturday's game?
Yeah, it's gone really well, Nigel. I suppose we got a chastening lesson against Kilkenny a couple of weeks ago in the Leinster Championship. But you know what? We went away and we learned from that. We took on board a lot, and sometimes, you know, getting beaten is one thing, but getting beaten and not learning something from it is dying about altogether. But we learned a huge amount. We learned a lot about where our strengths and weaknesses were. So I suppose we put that into the training pitch. We've worked really hard on the plan over the last 4 or 5 weeks. So I think we're in good shape. But then the players are really enjoying it. But you know what? Summer is coming and championship is coming. So if you're not in good shape now, you're probably in the wrong game.
Talking about good shape, everyone fit and ready to go. Are you
yeah.
carrying any niggly injuries?
No, we're picking off a full deck, which is I suppose that's the ultimate thing, and that's been our focus for the last kind of 2 weeks, kind of the last 10 days, 2 weeks time. Is, to me, when you're getting this close to championship from 2 weeks out, it's about getting into the starting blocks. It's getting everybody fit and ready, and, you know, and getting everybody ready to go. So that's what we've been very much focused on. Physios have been working hard, girls have been working hard themselves to kind of put themselves in a situation so where they're ready to go on Saturday. And you know what, everybody is thereabouts. So we'll name our team on Thursday night, and naturally there'll be a few disappointed people. But as I'd say to players, you know what, if you're not disappointed again, you're in the wrong game. It should hurt it if you're not selected. So one of the tougher aspects, but yeah, all ready to go.
This is your first championship in charge of Dublin. You had a league campaign, getting to know the players.
Yeah.
What did you take out of that? You had some good performances and some not so good performances.
Yeah, we had a very mixed league campaign, but you know what, I think we were finding our feet as a group. We were finding our feet as a team and as a group of individuals and a management team. And you know what, again, it's all about learning. And I know kind of sometimes managers can use that as an excuse that it's a learning experience, you know, and you have to stop learning at some stage and actually make it happen. And now we're rapidly moving into that. But yeah, we've had an interesting league campaign. We mixed the kind of sublime with the ridiculous at times, there's no doubt about that. But I suppose when we were down in Ennis and we needed to pull something out of the bag, that's what we done. And you know, in that playoff down there, or that game, it didn't matter how we won as long as we got ourselves over the line. We got ourselves over the line, which was crucial to leave ourselves in Division 1 next year. And then we went away, we dug ourselves in. So learned a lot, and really looking forward to the next couple of weeks now, which is kind of what our championship is all about.
You had the Leinster championship match against Kilkenny. What disappointed you most about that performance?
Giving away 6 goals without a shadow of a doubt. You know, we can't, like, 6 goals, that's giving the team an 18-point head start before you even start. I think the average score in a Camogie match is probably 15 or 16 scores, be it 213 or 114 or something like that. But we give away 6 goals. We just can't do that anymore, you know. And I'd be very open and honest. You know, we had a very frank discussion with the full back line, and what I had said to him afterwards is that we will not leave you in a situation where you're exposed like that anymore. If that means that we have to tailor our plan to suit, well, we'll tailor our plan to suit, and make no bones about that. That's not giving away any state secrets. This is giving away that we can't give away 6 goals anymore.
It's a new squad as well. There's a lot of young players in it, but there's a good mixture of some experienced players as well.
Yeah, I think we're getting the blend right and that, you know, and that's something that we talk about a lot. You know, Philly is hugely additional to us in there. And what's our culture? What do we want this group to look like? And what do we want to, you know, yes, it's all about winning, but it's there's more to the game, in my opinion, than that as well. It's about culture, it's about respect, it's about humility, it's about all them things that we're learning. We're learning hugely, and that interaction between the younger and the older ones. The older players have a huge role to play in kind of instilling that in the younger ones, and then there's also a responsibility on the younger players then to pick up on that and go with those cultures and values as well. And I think, you know, if we can achieve that in year 1, we've made huge steps forward, and I think we're certainly on the right road, Nigel.
It's championship, there's no easy groups. You know, you have a particularly tough group, but I suppose if you look at the other side, it's particularly tough as well. But you have the All-Ireland champions Cork in there. Your first 2 games, you're home to Meath this coming weekend and away to Waterford after that, and then you've got Cork at home. So are you targeting these opening 2 matches Absolutely. To get a good start before you've got Cork?
Yeah, and we're targeting, and you know, again, this has come straight out of the manager's book of cliches, but we're going in game 1, you know, and that's it. But we're not looking for beyond Meath, you know. And I know it's going to sound like a manager believe we're treating with respect and all that, but we're going out. But we're focusing on our performance, Nigel, and what we've worked on and what we've trained to do, and how we go out and how we express ourselves, you know, and that's going to be really, really important for us. And then we're either going to be good enough or we're not, you know. But I think the big thing that we need to do do on Saturday evening at 6:30 or whatever. When we come off the pitch, we say, well, we've done everything we possibly could. We left every ounce we have. We prepared ourselves and we performed well, and then the result will look after itself. But certainly the two games, we'd like to think if we can pick up a win against Meath and a win against Waterford, going into round 3 then with 4 points on the table, suddenly teams who are losing, there's a little bit of pressure coming on them. So that's certainly our focus. Game 1 and 2.
Looking at the opponents on Saturday, Meath, Dublin actually played them last year in the championship. We were down at that game. Dublin won, I think it was 2-11 and 8 or 9 points.
Yeah.
It sounded like a fairly easy win for Dublin, but in fact it wasn't. It was those 2 goals really that helped them. What are you expecting from Meath this Saturday?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we have to remember too that we're playing in the senior Camogie championship. And all teams that are there have earned the right to be there, and they're there on merit. They're not there because we picked a name out of a hat or we tossed a coin and threw Meath in there. So these are a senior Camogie team. They're going to be strong, they're going to be proud, they're going to be well able to hurl, and they're going to absolutely put it up against us. We'll have to be, and again, a manager cliche, but we're going to have to be at 100% of our game, and that's solely what we're going to focus on. Be it Meath, be it Cork, be it Kilkenny, be it Galway, we need to go out and we need to perform, Nigel, and that's what we're very much focused on.
And Meath, as I say, that they are quite a tough side to play. I take it, patience is going to be uppermost at the start of the game particularly.
Yeah, absolutely. And also I suppose we've worked hard on our plan and our little strategy to kind of compete that, and about how we use the ball and how we're accountable to ourselves, and that's very much what we're going to try and do, is kind of impose our game plan. And no doubt Meath will have their set of plans and how they're going to try and counteract us, but I think one of the keys at this level is that how we impose our game plan on them and how we go about doing that. So that's going to be a really important thing for us to do as well, without giving away any secrets. But that's very much will be uppermost in our mind. I think we're in good shape. I think physically and conditioning wise, I think we're in really, really good shape. But as we said at the beginning of the interview, Nigel, coming into championship weekend, if you're not in good shape, I haven't have done my work, and Philly and the backroom team, and we haven't done our work up until this. So I think we are. I think we're very focused on what we need to do. I think we'll see where Meath take us. But then you also have to remember that there's a 7-day turnaround to the next game. Then, so as soon as the Meath game is over, we need to park it. Win, lose or draw, we need to very much change our focus to Waterford the following week down in Waterford. So that'll be that in itself present a challenge. We hear all the hurling managers are talking about it in Leinster and in Munster at the moment, about how you go week to week. So that's something that we've talked about and we're focusing on as well, how we get performances week in, week out.
Talking about cliches again, we'll talk about the one that you will be asked probably leading up to this game. What will be success for Frank Browne in this championship? I know you're probably going to say win the All-Ireland, but as you said, your first year in charge, you're all still learning. So what would you see as the bottom line, say, for success?
I have to be, and I have to be really realistic as well. And sometimes I suppose I'd have this argument. We had this earlier on in the year as well, Nigel, where I was kind of saying, well, what do you expect me to say? Of course we're going to go and try and win the All-Ireland. Yes, that's the ultimate goal, but I think this year we need to get ourselves to an All-Ireland semi-final. I think that's really the target for us. We get into a semi-final, then we'll see where we are at that stage of the game. I'm not saying we'll get to an All-Ireland semi-final and we'll dust down and we'll say that's the end of it for this year now. But let's get ourselves to a semi-final. 4 teams left, and we'll see where we go from there. But I think that's certainly our focus as a group. But it's also breaking that down into small steps. So how do we get to an All-Ireland semi-final? We start on Saturday against Meath. We get a good win, a good performance, get 2 points on the table.
Well, the journey begins with the first step on Saturday, Frank. Very best of luck in the match. Thanks for taking the time out from your training to talk to us, and I'll catch you after the game.
Thank you, Nigel, and thanks for all the support.